Hey, Derek, what's going on, bud?
What's up, guys? Stuck in traffic.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like 15 minutes late, so I figured I'd jump on the Zoom, but
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on, but everything is just like back bumper to bumper.
yeah, it was rough going north too. There's an accident on the 805 on the overpass for the 8, so it's right when I jumped on.
There's usually like a back way I take through Camino Ruiz, and it is like stopped.
Yeah, I'm on Kearney Villa, coming north. It says it's going to take me another 15 minutes to get to the office, and usually this is a like 5-minute drive. So I don't know what's going on the streets, but
Wild.
so well, we're trying to do our due diligence. I got to go down to Chula Vista anyway, so I'm coming up north so I can go south.
That's fine.
Yeah, I had yesterday. I got to my 6 p.m. and it's like the daughter who lived there, and it's like, oh, my parents aren't going to be home until they have some. They're coming late. Can we just do it over the phone? I was like, I'll do the inspection now, and I'll just get them on the phone. We'll reschedule for tomorrow. So, not going to do a meeting over the fucking phone. It sounds like they do not have any idea what this appointment entails.
Yeah.
So, great job, call center.
Hey,
I had one a couple.
Hey, leave the positivity for the gym, bro.
No, I'm saying I rescheduled. I'm coming back in the morning to sell it.
All right. Well, I just heard the excuse train out. I just want to make sure that I didn't come on a WAP party. You want a WAP burger with some fry fries?
No, just saying the call center didn't qualify enough to make sure everyone was there last night, so I had to reschedule it.
Got it. Okay, that should be probably in those words when you're in group setting, right? So that's that negative.
Apparently Miramar Road is apparently Miramar Road is a shit show, so we're all coming in late. So.
Not if you come from the 805, it's fine.
Yeah, I did.
That's right. I'm on Kearney Villa right now.
Yeah, there's a big accident on the 5 too. So as long as everybody's on, hey, how are you? As long as everybody's on the Zoom, should be good. We got a gentleman should be showing up. I don't know if he's on here yet. I need to kind of check out. We're going to give him the screen. He's from Jacuzzi, and he should be jumping on if he's not already on. Let me just pop it up on Apple TV. So we got sound in living color. All right, let me just check my phone. I'm Adam Chabarian right there here.
You're not sharing.
How soon can we get Dream Age into one clip for Jacuzzi? Don't worry about it. Oh, I'm worried about it. I mean, I have 2 jobs. I'm trying to sell Jacuzzi.
You're getting grumpy in your old age.
I was born about this. Well, I'm getting better with it. I keep telling myself that. Better with age. Oh, you're jumping on right now, good. All right. We'll just make sure he's on passcode.
Is that your show?
Yeah,
All right. All right, he's not in yet. Let me see. So. Invite passcode to get in this meeting is a dream style, right? Not the.
Sure. Yes, for me? Yeah.
Capital D.
There he goes. He's jumping on.
I'm here.
All right, there he is. How's it going, man?
Justin, we blank screen.
He was talking about.
Think you're on mute. Just make sure we're all good to go. Hold on. Same as Yeti, right through here, speaker, Apple TV.
It's not hardworking.
All right, hey, can everybody hear me okay?
We just don't see anything.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Does somebody unmute and tell me you can hear?
Yeah, we can hear, we still have a blank screen.
Can't
Okay.
see you. That's-
You can't see me?
That's actually good.
We still can't see you, Dustin.
How about now? Okay.
Nothing yet.
We got a guest today, Brian from Jacuzzi. I asked him to come on. There we go. All right, can you guys see me okay again? Hear me? Okay, so Brian is with us today anyways.
There you are.
And I'm gonna give Brian the ability to share his screen. So he can kind of walk us through. He put together a little slide deck on the different product lines and what we can kind of expect. So appreciate, Brian, your time today. And thank you for showing up at the lieu of everyone's time and respect. So save all questions till the end. Okay. And then basically Brian can ask them at the end of it.
Do you
So-
by chance, did you by chance get were you able to download that product presentation?
I did not. Let me see. Did you sent it to me already?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I did not.
Yeah, my
I did-
iPad crashed this morning and
Oh,
I pull it up.
okay, not a big deal. I'll
I was in here, I could have done this last night.
all right, let me see.
Here's the appointment, it's in the new thing, but I went to the old.
Hold on, I think I may have it on my phone.
Yeah, I just have the imagery one, bro. I don't see the I don't see the
My issue is get the jacuzzi dam, or get the
yeah, I don't see anything to be with a like the slide deck to down.
temporary. I know I had jobs.
Let me see if I can do it this way.
My clients had a combined income of 300.
Did you send it? When did you send it? Last night or? Yeah, I don't see anything, man.
So you guys on the screen now? I have two that are combined over 400 and they're still having problems with finance. These guys, as much as they make, it was like.
Minute, I should be able to get.
For 6 months, yeah. I'm like, wow, you guys are the first of this year. Yeah, and then
All right.
he's retired, maybe, 200 and something.
I mean, if you email it to me, I can, or if you can email it, I can upload it real quick and I can drop it up on the screen. So either way you want.
Went through in the Navy.
Let me see if I can do that.
I'm retired as a major. Sorry, not to make it no money, but I'm like, maybe you'll get shot at.
What did you say you did last night?
I told the client, I said, you're the first client this year that got approved instantaneously at 6.9 for 6 months with no counter offers. No, it was like that.
Really?
So.
Good.
And then we were saying they're over 350,000 each. I mean, total.
Hey, give me,
Oh.
hey Dustin, give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool.
But it means they're smart with their.
All right.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting on him, real fast, if you guys haven't gotten into One Click and took a look at One Click, we did some alterations in One Click, so just make sure you're up to date on it. Want to go pure live on it by Monday, so we'll be maneuvering around. Some of the things that are yet to be inputted again is the Dream Age composite, aka New Age, right? There is a version. There is some versions, if you look in your book, that are called, I forget, it's like VTech or something like that you can use in the meantime. It's kind of a reinforced base. Reinforced base, like an acrylic top on some of the larger or 2-inch. I actually moved it around last night. I did add, I'm gonna jump on Engage real quick. Hold on. I'm waiting on him. So back here underneath this slide, you guys can see it. I might need to share my screen. Can you guys see my screen on the Zoom?
No. We see you, but you're not sharing your screen.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay. So,
We got it.
okay.
Excuse me, there's no excuse.
All of our bath and shower systems offer you the added protection of Silver Shield, tiny silver ions.
Let's go, man.
Cut something screwed out. The Wi-Fi's jacked up. This is
Protection. Our non-porous version of acrylic systems prevent microbes from penetrating the surface, and the Silver Shield silver ion technology helps prevent microbial surface growth. Cleaner, richer, healthier, more benefits with backgrounds thanks to Silver Shield, our exclusive Silver Shield, the
so I added that in there. So it's just another little piece that you guys have inside. And some additives to it. So make sure the with it, a lot of you guys whatever you
I haven't seen that video in forever.
packaging a few things on the selection guide to help you guys navigate a little better with the important stuff. All right, I think my screen shares off. Brian, did you figure something out?
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
I got it.
I like his background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
This Wi-Fi in here is pooping.
Grabbed an old iPad I had. Let's see if I can download this real quick. Plug it in.
Cool. So yeah, so make sure you're going through your selection guide, going through your your presentation piece of it, and then I will record it today on Loomly, like me going through the keynote. And what I'll do is I'll give you I'll do it option 1 and I'll stop at a page and say option 2. So you know, like, remember, this is customized for them. I talked to my buddy in Denver. And I helped him and his group through a little challenging time they were having. They needed to reset and refocus, right? So we've had to do it from time to time. But he was talking about the way that they, set the agenda. It's like very similar, set an agenda for them. So like it's time commitment, trust commitment. He even sets in that there's four decisions you're gonna make, right? Number 1 is basically, there's 3 different outcomes that can come today. Number 1, you can figure out that we are not a fit for you, right? And at any time in the present that you feel like we're not a fit, just let me know and we'll move on, right? Number 2 is we realize you're not a fit for us, meaning that particularly with the project, it's not something that we're not capable to do business together, right? And then the third thing is where you come at the end of this thing and you tell me that you need to think about it. He said, that's more than fine, but I'm gonna take that as a no, and that's okay. So we're gonna group that really with number 1, is that aspect of it. So really, if you think about, I'm just gonna take that as no, it's no offense. But then you might be followed up with somebody from the office at that point, or, best of luck to you in the future, right? So any questions about the 3 outcomes, and then they go through that kind of.
Okay, I'm in your face.
So it's kind of neat. And I was like, well, that's actually that's kind of a awkward, different, or not awkward, but a different way. And it's like, so I want to share that with you guys.
I like that.
I would practice it before you do it in the house.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you sound like an asshole, they're gonna kick you out. That's the biggest deal.
That's me.
How you doing, Brian? Are you good to go?
It's another minute, hopefully. And
Okay, no, perfect. All right, so anyway, yeah, so the biggest thing is to remember, if you guys haven't had this, figure out again when and how you use this as well, right? If I were you guys at the end of it, they tell you you're getting multiple estimates, so you can pull that out at the end of it. This full sheet, I would have it loaded in your pictures or on your iPad, maybe even as a secondary screensaver behind your family or your dogs or things like that to do that rhetoric side of it. Good deal. Do you guys have like, I taught a lot of you guys a long time. I said rhetoric, rhetoric is. Well, it's how you talk, but it's also, it's kind of that perception side, right? And people relate to people based on sight, right? And basically actions and words, right? So you are what you speak, you are what they see, right? And unfortunately, that's how we're graded as people. You are what they hear, you are what you speak, you are what they see. That's why the way you dress inside the house, the way that you act, the way you articulate yourself, right? The present, how clean your presentation pieces are, how clean your photos are, those type of things. That is you, right? That is what you're selling, is you and the capability to provide all those things. So when you set your screensaver, and that screensaver goes out every like 2 to 5 minutes, you're not touching your iPad and it sets up. Having a picture of your family, or basically your animals, or something to that nature that you guys love, that you cherish. And plus it reminds you when you open it up of basically why you're working your butt off. It's a cool thing to have. And then it's a conversation starter. Hey, who's that on the picture? And it instantly makes you a real person, right? I used to always, when I was to the field, had a picture of me, my family, my wife and my kids on there. Because then my wife just had a baby, right? With all the kids sitting in there right around her. And it was something that made it real. And people looked at it like, oh God, that's awesome. Right? Or basically I have a picture of to this day, like right now, my screen people are like, little dog. What's the story with a little dog, right? And it's a conversation starter that makes people think, makes people feel identified. So rhetoric is a real person thing, and people relate to people. So rather than like saying, hey, yeah, I got 3 kids, and like throwing it out there, like that, I got Brooklyn cat and it's us. Hey, who's your kids? It's my baby. That's why I'm trying. That's why I do what I do, right? So think about that, because when you start making your why about something else and not about you, people want to help, right? When you make your why about you and not something else, then people want to fight and resist. So it's kind of a cool thing that you can get into it, right? It might even be like when my dad passed away or something like that, having a picture of him or mom or something of that nature. There's cool things that you can do like in there rhetoric wise that that help you kind of move the needle. Makes you human. All right, is that enough filler, Brian?
I've got an old iPad. I downloaded it real quick and I downloaded it back to my computer. So I got a fail safe if this one doesn't work.
Good,
So,
awesome.
I agree 100%, Dustin, with that, because, I've got a drawing I did of the cats,
Yeah,
and then they're showing up, they had 5 cats in this place.
yeah.
And then I pull that up, and that was saved. Now I gotta get a dog.
You just change your picture, you go out to the. Just go, put a picture of somebody else's dog.
And, otherwise I would have went in there, so I did it on the old.
All right, Brian, good, thanks. It says you're sharing your screen. Jacuzzi, John. He did cooler and jacuzzi instead of just doing. Jacuzzi's already been advertised.
Yeah, in one place.
Like, probably 70. Running right now.
Come on. Screen is loading.
They've already thrown out the jacuzzi advertisements. Yeah.
You can't do anything.
You can't do it. We could sell, you could, if you were to sell,
Come on.
whatever, cheap series.
I got those.
All right, let me try something else. You guys got it?
Yes.
All right. We'll disconnect this other stuff real quick. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of go through all the products here for you guys. If you have questions, if you can just write them in the chat, or I don't mind if you just yell it out. Actually, just yell it out, because this way I'd rather answer them quicker. How much time do I got?
As much time as you need to.
Because this could take all afternoon.
Some people have basically tens, but this is gonna be recorded, so we're.
Okay. So a little bit about the brand here. So if you guys don't know, Jacuzzi was started by 7 brothers. They all came from Italy, settled in Northern California, really got into aviation with building props and propellers. Once they transitioned out of that, due to an accident, airplane accident, they actually went into agricultural hydraulics, basically turning those props to propellers to move water instead of air. Then in the 50s, one of the brothers developed the J300 pump, which is the second photo. And that was developed because one of the sons, their child had, I believe it was rheumatoid arthritis that was so bad. The
Keep
doctor.
cutting, I can't hear you.
Am I cutting out?
Everybody turn the Wi-Fi off.
Yeah, everybody turn your on.
Yeah, I think it's our crappy Wi-Fi.
Is it? All right. Well, I'll keep going. Hopefully, if
Keep going.
yeah, I'll speak up. One of the brothers' sons had an illness of scarlet fever, then turned to rheumatoid arthritis, and basically was told he wasn't going to live to see 3. The only relief he got was from the hydrotherapy in hospitals. So they developed that pump so they can do it at home. And it turned out that Ken Jacuzzi, the inspiration behind that pump, actually lived to be about 78 years old and passed away, I believe, about 5 or 6 years ago. So it really does that hydrotherapy really does improve someone's life. So from moved into the whirlpools, the hot tubs, the jetted tubs, and then full circle now in 2020, the old jacuzzi bath, shower remodel system.
It's not,
Yeah.
when you became-
Correct, it's because of the crappy white color. Yeah, grab it on your phone. Like, you guys can jump on your phones, jump on.
Did everybody get most of that?
Yes.
Okay. So first we're gonna start with our premium collection. This page here just kind of shows the basic package. The semi-frameless door, the premium wall panels. Where am I at here? The deluxe thermo mixer.
Jump onto the Dream Style link, but don't connect.
Recording in progress.
We're gonna get.
Yeah, so if you guys are on, jump off.
You guys ready?
All right,
Alright,
turn your,
go.
I think you.
And then finally got an LP salesman. In 2 days.
Can you guys hear it?
How's that, guys? Is that better? Hello? Are you guys on?
are you like that? Yeah, let's go. Alright. But can you hook it up to?
Do you want me to call in and do it over speaker?
Yeah,
We're,
screencast. it, see that
we're
work.
connecting right now. Hold on, Brian.
We're
Sorry.
connecting right now.
That's how it is in-house when you can't get their Wi-Fi, when you can't get Wi-Fi.
All right,
All right.
go ahead.
How's that? Is that better?
Turn your audio off, listen. All right, try and say something, Brian.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. How's that sound?
I don't think it'll do it because it's Zoom.
You want me to just call in?
Can you guys hear that?
Zoom is perfect, Brian, on Zoom, but I'm not in the office.
Gotcha. Well, while we wait till they can see if we can get it fixed, anybody that can hear me, do you guys have any questions on the product?
Sounds great.
So where's your?
Yeah, there should be some that pops up. It's not doing it, is it?
No, you're gonna broadcast the screen to the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure, what you do.
No, don't do that. Hold on. Let's see.
Can you guys hear me now there in the office? Anybody that can hear me, do you guys have any questions on products? While we wait for the office to get
Oh, sorry, Brian, we're still trying to connect.
No problem.
I'm not certain if we have what you're showing on the screen in our demo, just so you know. Maybe it's a new slide.
All these slides are gonna be new. This is what we use to train you guys in, not to show necessarily customers.
Perfect.
Let me see, so Zoom meeting. Back to Zoom. Everybody not putting on the Wi-Fi when I needed it.
2 minutes. 2 days. No. I don't feel comfortable getting on the Really?
So I told him, like, you can put in the password and then you can. Or I leave and kick them.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I turn it around, let them with the password and then it's it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're shady though.
Oh, yeah, they look at me and be like, this girl can't even get on her iPad.
One homeowner, Marco contested this, we went on a job together. Her like freshman son. Broke into the Wi-Fi of the school, like the full, like, remember that old movie where he changes all the girls' grades and everything else, he went into the, she's like, yeah, we're in the middle of changing schools. I won't tell you which one, is because he hacked into, both her and her husband are in IT security, and this kid just.
Got the extra brain.
You got the extra brain hacking.
Yeah. Now they have to meet schools.
Yep.
Yeah, spell.
Yeah, I would have said, well, thank you, I would have said, well, you just found the flaw.
It's the road station.
Oh, congratulations. Good job.
Derek, can you hear it on yours?
Can you hear me, guys?
We're still having trouble getting the audio on in the office.
Go on now.
All right, Brian, give it a try.
Can you hear me?
Somebody say something.
No, it's still not there. Hold on.
Somebody
Testing.
talk. Is people
Testing.
talking on
Yeah,
the call
no,
still?
we're talking on there, Dustin.
There it is. How about that?
Can you guys hear me in the office?
Go ahead. If you're talking, talk.
Yeah.
Can you hear me in the office? We good?
Yes, we're good. Go.
Okay. So what comprises the our premium or lifestyle, as some of our companies are calling it, is our Tri-Tech composite wall system. So it's basically made of two aluminum aircraft grade aluminum sheets that have a closed cell high density PVC insulation in between them, with a composite resin layer on the top. That the composite layer is what really gives it its it's got antimicrobial stuff embedded into it, or the silver shield or silver ions. It's, you know, scratch resistant, very similar to all the properties of the acrylic, just in a different make and manufacture. Some of the benefits of the premium collection: you've got that natural and rich feel and texture. It's got that antimicrobial services, very easy to clean, scratch, UV resistance, and it does have some thermal insulation. I think it was like an R5 or something like that. It's available in 3 colors or solid colors. Size is 36 by 96, and 4 textured walls that we'll show you here in a second. Here's the first texture. This is our linen color. Gives you that natural clean look. Got a little woven texture to the surface of it. Do you have any samples there that you can probably show them if they haven't seen them? Canyon, this has got that sandstone look to it. This is by far one of our most popular colors in the series. Farm, this gives us the gray tones, almost that like that barn board look. I think it more gives it kind of more of an industrial concrete look, but that's just me. Here's what we call urban. Gives you that dramatic depth of color and that distressed metal. This image looks very great as far as ads, but once it gets into a home, can be a little bit too dark depending on the size of the bathroom. But this one looks very great. Here's our new color, just came out this year. It's our terrazzo. It's a marble and granite style look, giving you the same benefits as the standard panel. Here's our three solid colors: the cotton, latte, and earth. Here we've got just a kind of a collection of groupings of what some of the more popular color combinations that you're going to see. Of course, you can do linen on all three walls, or canyon on all three walls, and same with the farm or any of the colors. But this is also designed to use those solids as accents on the side. The cotton canyon is one of the more popular ones that we have, and in the Build-A-Bath app, you should be able to design these bathrooms with all the different color combinations that are available. So this is going to kind of be hard to explain without physically showing you guys with the samples, but we've got corner trims, edge trims, and T trims. So all of these is basically how the walls are connected. And as you can see in that figure one, the corner trim, the panels actually sit inside this aluminum trim piece, and the seam lock goes inside that gap. So what that does is it doesn't give you any visible caulking seams on the inside of the unit. It gives it more of that finished look that people like. Same with the edge trims. Same way, it'll cap that exposed edge, and just it's more like a if you ever worked with tile, they've got the Schluter trim that'll cap off tiles on exposed walls. That's what that does. The T trim is what's used to connect two panels together. It's going to give you a small exposed part of that trim as the connection. It'll basically lock those two panels together. So when it's installed, you've got a nice tight waterproof seal, and it gives you a decorative look with that trim running down the middle as well. We've got some pony wall trims and also outside corner trims. The outside corner trim is really useful when the wall may not be precisely in plumb. And with these panels compared to the signature panels, there's no give in them. You're not going to be able to lay this smooth like the acrylic. So there's a little bit more prep that goes into the installation on these. But with that outside corner trim, if that drywall work on the outside is not exactly flush, or and maybe it got damaged, this trim piece, you see the little part on the right that will hook onto the actual panel, and then the long flatter side will actually cover that outside of the wall to give it a finished edge look and hide the exposed drywall. Any questions on that? No.
What it looks like installed. I muted everything just to make sure. Say it again. If we can get some pictures of each scenario, what that looks like installed, that would be really helpful for not only us, but our homeowners here in the beginning, until we can get our own pictures.
Sure. I'll look through the image gallery that I just sent you, Dustin. There should be some in there. If not, I'll get you some.
Thank you. All right, cool. Hey, can I get these slides too when you're done? They're great.
Yeah, this is what I sent you, that link. I'll find it and resend you the link that I sent the other day. I'm not sure why.
Perfect. Thank you.
Before he goes on the pan, I have a question. Walls.
Hey, one more question about the walls before you go to the pants.
Okay, so when we're doing our drop-in tubs, what are we to use for can we use the walls as a tub deck?
Good question.
So what have you seen? Like if you're gonna do a Cali combo, I'm sure you guys in Chicago area have those, right? So Cali combos, like tub shower combos.
Sure.
If we're trying to keep the existing tub and not tear the tub out, but redo the whole shower, is there a way to use the trims to trim out the Cali combo on the bath side of it, not the shower side, like just so it's more seamless?
Yeah, you can see the problem is when you're talking about a drop-in tub, it's not recommended to be laid flat on the floor. So with the drop-in, you could go up and around, where the actual part that the tub sits on. Theoretically, you could cut this stuff, cut a big hole in the middle or piece it together to fit and then put the drop-in on top of it. We're not going to recommend it. So I'm going to say no to the drop-in. But with that,
not as a deck, just like the cover and like the cover and the trim on the top.
What are we gonna use for the deck?
The deck was gonna be basically like a acrylic or like a new age, basically surfaces top on it. Because when you make the deck you've got all that trim that you have to do.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you hit the edge of the deck, right, you want to overlay it so you're finishing off your top of it. So the maximum you would want to basically put a piece of finish trim on the top. So there's edge trims or corner trims that you can use, but the problem is you got a big metal trim on the top.
So we need that in one place, because I actually have a project I need to.
So you want to use this on vertical
Yeah.
spaces, but not on horizontal.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have the installation side of it come in as well. They're getting trained on that. So we're gonna talk about some of the variables. We had a big email string going last night through everybody. So once we get that piece of it going, should be next week. Then we're gonna have installation come in and give us a written detail. And I've gotten some written detail on other things, which is gonna help. So I'm gonna make sure it's talking in sales terms and not installation terms on how to what's included in each package. So I need to get them to put that in writing. So that when you're- Yeah, well, okay, let's not waste his time on that. I'll help you guys on that side of it, but the end of it, you're gonna do it. There's like gonna be an acrylic or a basically topper that's gonna go around a cow combo on the top. The wall panels will finish up around the sides of it. We do have the ability. In the corner of it, in the corner, there will be a corner trim, which would need to match whatever trim you're using on your actual premium wall system.
Yeah.
Okay, so just think of it like you're just building another wall around it and a wall in the back. So your trims are gonna match the trims you're using on the shower itself. Make sense? Okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry, man.
no problem. So on the premium line, our first pan this is our premium 2-inch. The one thing about this that compared to the other acrylics, it is a solid acrylic pan. But one thing you need to remember is in the premium line, there is no silver ions in the acrylic. Compared to the 6 line, where on the pans, there is the silver ions in the acrylic. So just
What is that?
I'll tell you in a minute.
that's the Silver Shield video he just played for you guys a little bit ago. And I'll go through it in a little bit.
It's in your system. It's when you touch the silver ion, you just touch it, it's in there. It's already built in.
So this is what you want us to sell right here?
Yeah.
I want the 2-inch premium pan, yeah. And the reason I want is because it's got fiber bottom on it.
Can you explain the framing?
Yeah, do you know about the framing? Because I asked Larry, which I know he's on vacation right now, but Larry, he basically was getting some premium pan like samples made for us at the factory. Can you check on those for me? Can you make a note of that?
Yeah, they,
No, that's gonna be.
That was a confidence right there in that statement.
so we don't have samples of the premium pans. I'll see if they're making them.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I know.
Worst case scenario
Yeah.
is, I'll just send you like one or two and you can chop it up. And
That's fine. But Larry told me he got them approved. So just, if you wouldn't mind just double checking for me and then we can.
yeah, definitely.
Give me a call. You can give me a call on that later.
All right, yeah, I'll double check on it. But so this pan, it's a cast acrylic and it has a fiberglass backing underneath it. And when fiberglass is used as a support, it's actually not a bad product. But when it's used as the main substrate, that's when you run into all the issues with it leaking and absorbing water. The finish on fiberglasses, as we know, it's a gel coat, and the more you clean a gel coat, the more you actually remove it. Unlike an acrylic, where it's that solid plastic material which is the acrylic that gives it the durability, the stain resistance, and all the benefits of having the acrylic as your main base. So it uses a true level base system. Basically, there's foam pucks that it uses as feet, so it's factory leveled at our factory. So when it comes to you guys on the installation part, as long as that floor is level, you can pretty much just set this pan in and boom, it's installed. The very easy process.
That's okay. So real fast, guys, just so you don't get confused, we mortar everything. So don't
No matter what panel.
That's
We're
it's
gonna level.
yeah. So just keeping the same talks of what we've always talked. He's saying, now listen, he trains for the entire country, right? So you got to take that, you got to take some things that he says with it, take it and notate it, but use it. The conditioned environment is different where you're in the United States, right? So we're going to talk about the things that we do specific in here on the installation.
You guys
So,
use
yeah, so just, what's that?
you guys use mortar?
Yeah, we use a leveler and make sure that everything's leveled up, and so
Okay, yeah,
that's
so-
more of an
Yeah,
it's
so
more of an installation.
yeah, on the install
Yeah.
part, a lot of times you are going to use a leveler. And then the best way to install these is to use that leveler with the mortar underneath the feet, because you're going to look the best. But
There you go.
most floors aren't level, so you've got to do some sort of leveling. But they come level from the factory, so if by some chance the floor is level, but we all know every bathroom is not level or square, so there's going to be some sort of leveling. But that's how they come. This way, it makes the installation go a lot faster.
Yeah, so Jeremy said basically they use the leveler, then they use the mortar by the feet, and then so that's how they're setting those bands. So just talk about it the way you've always talked about. You're good.
Well, I showed.
Oh, it's fine. You're fine.
Here's our 4-inch pan. All the same features and benefits. The only difference here is it's a 4-inch threshold, and it actually has a recessed sort of drain pocket at the end there. Also available, you can, as an accessory, a drain cover, so it gives you that sleek, almost seamless image.
That's like the French drain look.
Yeah, yep, just like a French drain. We don't really sell a lot of these, but this is one of this is one that we offer on the premium side. We sell a lot more of the 2-inch. Here's some new tubs, and it's basically just replacing to a new flatter front mold. So it's a 19-inch drain, and when you hear premium, when it's combined with tubs, usually you're going to have two options. You're going to have a jetted and a soaker option. So with that, you've got this, this 19 inches available in the jetted and the soaker mold.
So at the 36, is there armrests on that? Is this like AKA
No.
the signature? No? Okay, so no armrest, right?
Armrest.
Real quick,
Yep, go ahead.
back to the pans, just because there was some confusion. So both on both styles of the pans, the premium and the signature, the surface on the top is exactly the same. There's no difference. It's just what's built in underneath it.
Correct.
No.
No, the,
No.
so yes and no. So the,
But the feel, let him say it.
so on the premium, it's a cast acrylic, which is a thicker type of acrylic. So it's going to be a little bit more heavier. Underneath it, you've got for support, you've got the fiberglass backing. Now the signature pan is a laminated acrylic, which is very similar to what's on the walls. It's
So
lighter.
would you call it like a fiber composite? Okay, it's sexier to say than fiberglass and acrylic. Just call it a fiber composite.
I guess people are really, you know, they want to know what it's going to feel like. So when the texture of it on the top, what is it in comparison to the signature?
So the textures, they should be the same. There's a textured or slip resistant. Basically it's molded into the pans. And recently we just switched the premiums to this, or the signature to the same as the premium. So all of the textures are the same.
So the old bubble texture doesn't exist anymore, right?
So the
Is
samples
that
we
the
have,
the bubble texture that we have on the ones that come in the salesman kits, that's changed, correct?
Correct.
Okay, how do we get a sample of that new texture? Because that was one of the hangups we had before, just an FYI, because the pans, the reason we steered away from the pans, because we had a couple customers that ate it on the on the old pans. So the confidence in the pans weren't there based on the slip resistance.
Yep.
So I know that we changed that, but it's hard to sell if you've never seen. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
they should be updating the new shower pan, the sample kits. I'll check when that takes effect, if it hasn't already, and then I'll let you know, and I can send you all new ones if you have.
Yeah, the ones I saw in the little Barbie pan is those ones are the same as the old one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. Now it's been 2 months since we've had our kits, so just to be all fair, so just
Okay.
making sure that you communicate that.
Yeah, no problem. I'll take a look at it.
All right, thanks, man.
Here's the 19-inch soaker again, and then here's the jetted. On the jetted, you're gonna see it's got 6 jets, 3 on each side. And it's got 2 activation buttons and knobs on the right side there. You can kind of see them. One is your on and off for the pump, and the other is the air control valve, which allows you to add air into the hydro massage system, so that if the pressure is too high, you just add more air in, and then it'll lessen the pressure and be a little bit more bubbly. And so you've got some customization on how you want your hydro massage to go. The valves also, you can turn on and off at each individual valve. You just turn it to the right and it'll shut that valve off, or you can turn it back to the left and open it. So if someone's has a injury on the right side, they can turn all the right valves off and then just have the left ones go. Right now, these are only available in our alabaster white color.
Hey, can the customer use Epsom salt in there, or would that be bad?
Let me get back to you. The answer changes all the time. I don't know if they've done anything to the pumps, but I'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Walk-ins.
And I'll find out right now. Send a quick text. We'll come back to that. So here's our other 19-inch stoker on the premium. This one does have the armrest, but this one is actually a 72-inch long one. We found that we do have some need for a 6-foot long tub. So they have this in the Jacuzzi portfolio, so they brought it into the network. So it's available to order if you need it. Next is our 42-inch. This is great for those California combos that you're talking about. What we see a lot, what they do a lot, instead of replacing with the drop-in with a drop-in, they'll take that whole section out, and then this tub will pretty much fill in almost that whole area for them. So they're replacing it. So a lot of times a lot of people don't want that soaker tub anymore because it's usually jetted. They've never used it, and all it does now is collect dirty clothes. So this is an option that you guys have that'll take up a majority of almost all that room that's in that space.
Is it a single skirt or a dual skirt?
Single.
skirt, right?
Yep.
Okay. Got it. So there's still got to be.
Once again, both of those are available in the jetted option. So you've got the 3 jets on each side.
Is that available in a drop-in also, or is it only a skirted?
These are only skirted. We do carry drop-ins, which are the next slides. You beat me to it. We've got your standard rectangle ones. Then we also have some ovals. And once again, both available in jetted versus non-jetted. So if they do have a jetted tub and they don't want it because they never use it, you can swap it out for just a standard soaker. And then we've got your diamond shaped one as well. We don't really sell a lot of these. Honestly, I don't know any of my dealers in the Midwest that have sold them. They've always ripped them out and then put that 42-inch in, or put a smaller one in and made the shower area larger. So there's a lot of different options that are available. Got a question?
So I need to be able to see inspect, seeing those, but I need to know what each one stays in the clip.
You mean, okay, say that again?
So like actual, like the tech inspect, I'd like to see the dimensions of like what those 3 corner faces look like.
Yeah, you're talking about like the depth and width of each corner on the inside, so an inside measurement and an outside measurement. Do they have a more detailed spec on that
Yeah,
current one right there?
we have all of our spec sheets are on our extranet.
Okay, I think I have it. It's not in the one in the tech and spec because there's currently one inside of your selection guide. It's not in there.
It looks like that.
It looks just like that.
Yeah. So that's what I was wondering if you get like.
So yeah, it'll be on the extranet. I don't know, Dustin, if you want them having access to that, but
I actually uploaded the entire extranet into their selection guide, so they have the tech and spec on there. I just didn't see any more details on that specific one.
I'll make a note and I'll find it.
Okay.
Looking for this one.
Yeah, I downloaded the specification guide, yeah.
Okay.
So it has like, you see the description, part number, dimension, colors, it has that on it. It doesn't have basically any of the actual size dimensions that's thing on it, from what I understand, but
I'll find it.
okay, cool.
Are you selling drop-ins?
Yeah, we got those approved.
Standard?
So, yeah, we're yeah.
Okay.
So
So we do have a selection of freestanding tubs. Here's our Adato, more of that rectangular shape.
So they pick drain placement in the field, right? It's like whether I'm not drain, but the faucet fixtures in the field, correct? Like when they wanna drill into the faucet fixtures, like up on the deck.
Correct.
So up here, okay. So we do that internal, where we drill for the net, we drill for the holes. So, okay, that's just what I wanted to verify. So they'll tape it, mark it, drill it, and then they'll install it in the field. Is what they'll do.
What are they?
Whatever one we choose. You've got your handhelds that you choose. There's like the basically, the faucets for those specific things.
Yeah, they're in the picture.
The Barbados was
Yeah.
good looking.
Yeah.
But we have some, I'll show you later. We've got some different fixtures that will fit on top of that, some Roman fixtures. We also have a floor mounted fixture that's available as well. So you got a couple different options through us that will work for either deck mounting or floor mounting the fixture on the freestanding tubs. Go back. So on the accessories, the grab shelf, this is by far one of the most popular things that we sell when it comes to accessories. 20 or 30 inches long, will hold over 300 pounds. It's made from solid stainless steel. If you guys have one of these, I recommend that you pick it up and you feel how it's constructed. They weigh about 10 pounds each. They're overly built and they'll fit. I've got a 20-inch one in my shower, and I believe it holds 5 Costco bottles of shampoo. So they will hold a lot of the products. Available in brushed nickel, chrome, and matte black.
Yeah.
Deluxe grab bars, 33 inches and 21 inches long. Just a little bit more stylish than your typical grab bar that you're going to see out on the market. Once again, brushed nickel. Gotta move this. Hold on 1 second here.
Any plans to make that available in matte black?
Oh. Yes.
Like what, Matt Black?
Grab bars.
There are, it's in the process now. It's just a matter of finding everything that will make it work. We've got a couple different suppliers where we're trying to get a consistent look out of all the different finishes. So yeah, it's coming. Just hopefully this year. So they'll be there.
So these don't come in matte black either, these one?
Correct.
It should be, if you touch them, it should have exactly what's.
It's only, those don't, it says on here, but it's only more rub bronze, so there's basically no matte.
The
black.
deluxe ones, the new, more modern deluxe ones are only chrome and brushed nickel as of now.
Correct.
The deluxe one? Yeah. It's the regular.
Yeah.
Why does the template like saying?
And we can keep going, that's fine.
You're gonna see too that when it comes to the premium items, oil rub bronze is not going to be featured, and that's because when we did all of our testing, the marketing people and all the trends, oil rub bronze didn't test well with the premium walls and stuff.
And that we don't have it. I'll try to get an access piece for Matt Blackman for now, but it's yeah. For the grab shelf right now, that's your go-to. That can be used as a grab bar as well.
Yes, the only thing with it, I wouldn't
This says
say that it's a grab bar in general because it
It
doesn't
says-
qualify as a grab bar, because it's not made from round stock. So that's why we call it the grab shelf. Even though it'll hold over 300 pounds, it technically, you can't call it a grab bar. But we've got the hanging teak seat. This thing's nice for if you got a smaller shower. It actually attaches to one of the deluxe grab bars. It just hangs there on the wall and the floor, and it can be easily removed. This one will hold up to 250 pounds. We don't sell a lot of these either. Our main seller when it comes to the seat is either the bench seat, which you'll see in a little bit, and our teak seat, which is going to be available soon as well. Here's our white fold-up seat. It's a polyurethane seat, stainless steel mount. The mount that it's connected to is made basically the same stuff as the grab bar. This thing tested at, I think it failed at about 498 pounds, and that's sitting on the very edge of the seat, not all the way on the back. This thing is really overbuilt. It looks pretty nice, and it's actually pretty soft from what you would think it is. The only bad thing about it is it's only available in the chrome right now. So here's the bench seat that I was telling you about. This thing holds up to 12, actually over 1,200 pounds. It's got a steel frame that is covered in the Tri-Tech material on the bottom with a solid DNR acrylic cap. And the cap is basically going to match the color of the shower pan. So you've got your alabaster white, your premium gray, or platinum gray, quarry topaz, and sandshell beige. Some of the other accessories, a soap dish and corner shelves, all made from that same stainless steel. These are available brushed nickel, chrome, and matte black. One thing about the corner shelves you got to remember is when they're sold with the premium collection, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because in the corners, they have to be pretty square. And when you're installing the premium systems, that will all be taken care of when you're installing these. Now, when you're, a lot of these premium accessories can be sold with the signature walls. So the grab shelves, the corner shelves, the soap dishes, they all can be used on the signature series walls as well, or the acrylic walls. The only issue is with the acrylic, it's more flexible, and it can be almost put on a not plumb wall. And in those corners, you can't trim these steel corner shelves. So just remember that.
Yeah, one of the things is just we don't go over any tile. We always take it back to the substrate. So we're not, it really here, it's a non-issue. So just, well, because like sometimes the Midwest or like some place in the United States, they won't take down all the tile. They'll take it up to a certain, area. Then they put it in the corner. So again, your framers, if they know these are coming out anyways, they just got to make sure the corner is at a 90. And that's nothing you guys have to worry about on your end of it. Just if it's an option, you want to sell it as availability. So, okay, that's not that. Some places like you got to figure he's around the whole country, speaking to everybody, not just specifically us. So just take it.
Yeah, Dustin's right. It's more of an installation thing, but I just like to let everybody know too, because most of our dealers do go down to the studs. The problem is if they're used to not doing these corner shelves and they just throw the drywall up, they might not necessarily plumb the walls for the corners, because with the acrylic, it could bend, and you don't really have to do that. But when you have these corner shelves, then the installer needs to know, hey, I've got to make sure that these corners are a good 90 degrees. So yeah, it's more of an installation thing, but. Here's our corner caddy. It's a floor to ceiling panel that is available Canyon, Farm, Linen, and Urban. Gives you the large soap, recessed soap dish. So this is an option for you. I believe this is 12 inches wide by 96. What could you guys see that could be an issue with this picture when selling it in the home?
The grain.
The back wall, the soap wall, too wide.
The grains don't line up.
So not the grains, even though yes, that is a thing, but you got to remember, just like any other marble or sandstone that you put in, you'll never get the grains to line up, and that's why that accent piece kind of say, hey, it's an accent to highlight each individual panel. It's kind of how we spin it. In the
So that it's held together with the same trim, right? So like you've got the
yes, that is a T trim that is held together in there.
so it stays flush with the wall, not basically
Right.
not. Okay, so it's flush all the way across.
That's
Okay.
nice.
Can you add another shelf to it?
Does
No.
that have to go in a corner or can that go in the middle of the wall?
That can go in the middle of the wall.
It can go wherever it goes, but remember real quick, team, that you don't control where the plumbing runs through the walls, where electric panels run through walls, vents run through walls. So again, we have to say, hey, here's where we propose it to go. Now we might have to adjust it when we tear off the walls based on what you have back there. We don't have Superman vision. So this is where we want to project it to go, right? But yes, it can get split in the middle of the wall. It can get put anywhere on that wall you want, because they're still taking the same 60-inch panel or the panels that they're ordering for that. So it doesn't matter.
The great cow combo.
Yeah, that's the main thing is if you show them this picture and they say, yeah, I'd love it in that corner. Great, we can do that. You don't know if there's a stud 4 inches from that corner that you can't remove. So like Dustin said, never promise that's where it's going to go. Just let them set that right expectation. And then they'll be fine if you got to move it. And you can use Epsom salts in the tubs.
You can? Cool. Yeah.
Okay. No, Rich wrecks the pumps. You know,
So-
so.
What's your Chinese pumps? Your Chinese pumps. Then I'm like,
They're going to recommend that you buy the Jacuzzi branded Epsom salts, which I can send you a link to purchase, but
no.
But- they do not want to use essential oils though, because the essential oils can clog up the jets and could cause issues. So salts are good, oils are bad.
Got it. Good to know.
Look at all the people that aren't here to know that.
Premium window kits, these are only available in the solid colors. For some reason, I don't understand why, but one of the good things about it is built completely of the Tri-Tech material. I've seen other companies use the acrylic window kits to cover it. So it really doesn't matter which one you go with, they're all going to look good. But this one is, you can either do it like this, where you use that piece of DR acrylic as almost like a ledger or a header, and then you have the other wall panels surrounding it, or you could just do the window.
We're gonna use the track. We're using the track. We're not gonna mix acrylic with that. We're using the track. So
Or you could either do it like just here with the ledge, or you can have the panels go all the way around and box it in. So it's just two different ways.
yeah, so what I want to do so it stays consistent, so we're not all trying to come up with our own shit. I want that in there, and that was a perfect time if you want to put the access walls on there. Hey, let me ask you a question. If they do the accent walls on top of, like, let's say an earth with the or not an earth, but like a whatever one of the that color on there, and they do like the latte accent wall. If they order that, does it delay shipping at all, or does it keep moving the same route?
No, it's the same. We've got everything in stock, so it's Now, I do recommend that you have like 2 or 3 of each panel on hand as a backup in case somebody screws something up. Same with the trim pieces. You don't have to have a huge stock of it, but 3 or 4 panels, 3 or 4 trim pieces would be a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
So when we order this on one click, then it's automatically gonna default to whatever the wall.
Well, you
color
would
is.
just write in the notes on that up top.
Yeah.
We'll make sure you know, I like that. Especially if you're doing that window kit in like a latte, and then you have like your sidewalls latte and your back wall is a mixture. And you guys know where to find what the recommended pairings are, right? It's on the back, it's living in your one click, or and not in your one click, but living inside of your Engage. And also it's on the back of all your samples. Tell you what the recommended pairings and the recommended trim is on each one of them. So you have that already at your dismay. So on the back of your sample, you'll see it's written right in there. It says, now go to your walls, where your walls at. So if I come right here. Where's my premium? Bam. And that's not latte right through here. Where's your premium wall? I'm getting dizzy setting upside down looking. Where's my premium wall? Premium bathtubs, premium walls here. Okay. All right, so if you touch your Canon, right here. It tells you your finished pairings. So this is recommended to go to brushed nickel, and my accent walls, I can go with Canon, cotton, or Lockheed.
And that can only go vertical, right?
Yeah.
Horizontal.
Yes, you can do like, when you're setting that panel up, right, it's a 60, so the 60 by 96, that's your panels. And there says your panel size, but that tells you recommended pairings. So which one I go to, same thing. The trim pairings, my recommended pairings, all set on the bottom of each one of those. So you don't have to go thinking about what looks good with what. The designer's already done it for you. So all you have to do is pick it and stick it, right? That's it. All right,
That
cool.
would come with the nice Chardonnay.
All right, shower doors, this is a hot button for me.
Yes.
All right,
Shower door. We've got a couple different ones available. This is our single slider. One door is stationary and the other moves. You're always going to have the stationary panel away from the wet wall, which was caused a lot of issues and it still does, because normally the on that wet wall you have the toilet is right next to the tub shower, so that now you have the tub and or the toilet in the way trying to get in, since that's the operable door. But in areas where you don't have obstruction right there, I mean, this door, it's a really nice door. 5/16 inch thick tempered glass. It's got a spot-free coating. This one has the soft close technology, just like kitchen cabinets. So when it closes, it's going to stop, slow down, and then gently close. Available brushed nickel, chrome, and matte black.
So that's the only way they can put it. They can't put it the other way if you've got a toilet there.
can they do it left and a right?
Yes,
So
but
there's a left and.
But you remember, the stationary glass has to be away from the wet wall. And the way it's designed is that it's going to slide.
No, any other slide. Let's say it's like a single slide to single slide. If there's a fixed panel and there's an operating panel, congratulations, it's a single slide.
It's always on the fixture side.
Yeah. What's how they install it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But
Because
that's the
the
problem.
door that slides is always going to be on the inside because of the gap. Yeah, the overlapping part. So if it was on the outside, where if you reversed it, then water would stream and hit that gap and constantly be trying to escape the system. So that's why.
Okay.
Are
Here's-
those doors offset? If you go back one, the single slide, are those doors the same size? It looks like the stationary
No,
door is smaller.
Stationary door is smaller. The stationary
So what-
pane.
Is there a tech and spec on those like there is? I know I have like the basic tech and spec. Is there a tech and spec on those? It says like, 60-40, whatever the size of the dead panel is.
Is there also a door bigger than 60? You couldn't find anything that's 60 wide, so if you got a 70.
We don't, I don't believe we offer one. We can get one through Basco, who supplies all of our other odd sized doors. Our doors, it's a. But yeah, we can get you one through Basco, but Jacuzzi doesn't technically make one.
Yeah, we'll have, they're right now, like, that's within the options, the oversized doors, and then basically all the customized doors. That's what final talks are about right now, so.
The other option for a single door roll is the exposed roller. It's the same benefits as the other one. They're great doors. You just have to have the a place to put it where there's no obstruction getting in. They're heavy. They roll smooth. This one is by far popular out of the two single doors that we offer. This one is not available in matte black for right now. Once again, testing with this in matte black, the more it rolls, the easier the matte black actually scratches. So we haven't found a good way to coat that on this system yet. We do have a dual bypass, which should have been next, but apparently it's not. That is available now in your standard, like this one here, semi-frameless. So we do offer that. The exposed roller version of our dual bypass is coming soon. So those options are available in the dual bypass as well.
So this is gonna be both? Because he's only shown us 2, and we have like 14 doors.
I'll explain that.
But you guys may get some doors from other places too if we don't carry them.
Yeah, we have like. So we have basically some of the door versions you're seeing in there have gone out. You gotta figure that us and Reborn, right? They're servicing the LA side of the world. We're servicing the San Diego side of the world, and we've separated. So we own San Diego, they own the LA side of the world. So that's the nature of the beast, and we all want to keep the same continuity of options. That's why you're seeing some of those doors in there that basically aren't brought up here that don't say Jacuzzi, because we're all going to stay in that same envelope, right? And the same custom glass companies that we use to take care of custom glass is going to be the same for us. We're piloting it here, and then they're going to also use them as well in LA. So it's trying to make the Jacuzzi in all of California feel like the same exact company, no matter you walk into. So that's the nature and the goal.
Whether it's Reborn or Dream Style.
Yeah, it's basically we're Jacuzzi, but Reborn's installing in LA, San Diego is installing, Dream Style selling in installing in San Diego and selling. What's that? Yeah, Jacuzzi, like they're part of the reason we've got that here now. That we have Jacuzzi Direct, yeah, because we were smoking them anyway. So it's basically they obviously wanted to give it to it because we're
So
kicking their
the
butt.
one that he just talked about was the Jacuzzi soft close,
Yeah.
and that
And the concealed, there's a concealed roller, like a single slide, and there's a dual slide. And you'll see, because you'll see it says Jacuzzi right on your thing, if you're in your
Right.
selection guide. If it doesn't say Jacuzzi, that's that other door brand, which I finally got the name of, so I'm gonna put some more information in there for you guys, and yeah, so.
In all 14 doors.
No, I'm gonna skinny it down, there's way too many options.
oh my god.
Listen, that has not been my biggest priority, so pick two doors you like. And say these doors, right? It's, yeah, I know. Well, they do. They say spot free treatment. I will make, if they don't have one, I will make it.
So which ones are here in the Del Mar, Texas?
They're not.
0. All right, let's move on. All right, move on. Moving on.
That's it on the premium. So you guys have any other questions on the TriTech or anything else?
Any other questions on premium? TriTech,
But does this come, right, does it section with the texture?
no, no, seat comes in the solid colors, it matches the
Got
paint.
texture,
The texture.
so you're not sliding off the seat.
Oh,
Nope.
is the seat textured?
Nope.
Not textured like the wall finish, but textured?
No,
On the
it's,
bench seat?
no, it's the bench seat, that top piece is a piece of DNR acrylic that when it comes to you guys, it's like, I think it's like 5 feet long by 20 inches wide or something like that, and it's cut to fit. It does not have a slip resistant texture added to it.
And on a seat, generally, if people need a seat a lot of times on that, you don't want it to be textured anyways. That's kind of gross.
It's gonna have rounded corners, correct, and rounded edges with it.
Yeah.
Solid to where you won't fall off.
The caddy, what's the size on the caddy of those exact shelves?
Jump seat, would be slipping.
The shelf?
Jump seat, I call
Do you-
it. 14 inches.
Is there something that talks about the width and height on the caddies
For the shelves.
or the shelves?
Yep.
On the 4x96 caddy?
Yep.
Is there something to talk about? Shelves?
I'll get you that information. I think they're like, I think they're about 3.5 inches deep.
Oh.
And I think the one is 4 inches tall and the other one is like 20 inches tall.
Yeah, if you can just give me something, I'll drop it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything we have questions on, just shoot it over to me and then we can drop in the tech inspect. And then, cause you know how people are, dude. We'll hear one thing and then they'll say, that's what he said, which is why I record all these.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to make sure we can drop it right into the technology and then unscrew it.
So on the signature, this is our acrylic line. Our solid colors are the alabaster white, our alabaster matte white, platinum gray, ori topaz, and sandshell beige. When it comes to our bases, all of these except the matte white are available as a base. So you got your white, your gray, your beige, your topaz, and then your beige. The matte white is not available in a base yet. They're still deciding whether or not they want to do this.
Yeah, sharp, yeah.
Base and show, okay, that's what I have, just did that on there. What's the?
So here's all of our marbles and finishes. Champagne travertine, crystal frost is one of our new ones. It's more of a lighter one, which is the hint of gray. It seems to have taken off. It's really big right now.
Okay. Midnight storm marble.
Our simulated tile options. So you've got the 8x10 herringbone. Herringbone's taking up a lot of speed right now. It's very popular. Subway, random stone. We've got the larger 6x24 subway, and then we have our wave one, which I don't remember the name and I can't see it on my screen.
Hard stone.
And those come in all the signature wall colors, right?
They come in every.
Any color that you have, you can get these made in.
All right, cool.
Oh, more than just solid.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, that's why I wanted to ask that. So all the colors available, it can be done into the signature line. Yeah.
I have a question on this. It said on 3 of these walls, it says except for TA and SC. Well, SC is the
Yeah.
Sienna code, but what's a TA?
It's a color that is going away. So don't worry about it.
So don't worry about it. That's it. The one of the things about it too, hey, on the herringbone, by the way.
Yep.
On the herringbone, to make it match.
Yes.
Listen, unless you guys freaking want to make a mistake, just kidding. All right, so the herringbone, in order to get the herringbone to match, get the herringbone to match. Repeat that. Get the herringbone to match. You want to order 360s. And so the reason why you want 360s is because they can cut each panel and they can finish off where the other panel is. Right? If not, you do a 36 or 32 by 60 or 36 by 60, 38 by 60. the pan, like where the herringbone goes, they're not gonna match in the corners. They're gonna look off. So if you want the herringbone to match, 360-inch panels.
You have to do them as individual panels.
No, you can do a 360 kit.
That's
Like inside your kit. Yep. So just an FYI, if not, they're not gonna match.
I was wondering about the wave wall that I sold, how the corners would match on that.
They're probably gonna be slightly off. That's gonna.
That's probably one.
What is there a trick with the carved stone like there is with the herringbone where you can order like 360s or what do
No.
you suggest?
They just,
No,
from what I know, they just match it up as best as they can. But yeah, it's not gonna match.
yes, you can't guarantee they're gonna match up. And do you have any like professional photos of the carved stone? I didn't see those going through the selection guide.
They should. I'll check.
I didn't see them in the selection guide. I might have overlooked them. Yeah.
Dustin, let's rush that one through. The one I saw.
Yeah, the material, by the way, so the material, I'll talk about how it's done, but that is based on material on material. That's not, there's no trim going on that. Yeah, on the signature, there's no edge trim. Like you're not using the edge trim, and then on the top of it, if you want to do a hem corner, you can hem the corner or bullnose the corner. What they do is they literally heat up the material and they bend it.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, so he's got that. So yeah, just when you're doing this though, there's no aluminum trim or the stainless steel trim. There's no stainless steel trim on it.
Not
So
on
what
the,
are they?
we'll get to the installation part in a little bit.
Yeah, so story to be continued.
Yeah.
So our signature bases, so that is the acrylic with the closed cell rigidized foundation system. I'm not allowed to say the dirty foam, which is what it is. Why don't we call it foam? Because it makes it sound a little cheaper, even though that it's not. The stuff we use, it's a 2-part urethane. It's sprayed into a mold, so it bonds directly to the acrylic. Gets its name closed cell from the no air holes in the urethane. So if by some chance there is a leak or something happens, no water will be absorbed into that, causing mold and mildew issues in the insulation. The rigidized foundation system gets its part by the compression of 5 to 6 pounds per cubic foot. I think we've tested these up to about 1,800 pounds. So, I mean, you can pretty much put an elephant on this thing and it's not going to crush the insulation. So one thing you should remember is closed cell rigidized foundation system instead of foam.
You kept using a 3-letter acronym for acrylic. What does that mean? Because it DNC acrylic.
DNR, that's the type of acrylic that's used for the seats. It's like a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick. It's different than what's used for the walls. And that's just the name of it. It's like Denison or acrylic or something like that.
Okay. Just why I was curious because I kept hearing D. Yeah.
No, the DNR acrylic is just the solid thick piece of acrylic that's used for pony wall caps or seats.
Okay, got it. So just
all of our pans are water tested on the signature side before they leave the factory. We actually keep video reference of this just to make sure that the person that says that it's level was leveled, and we can go back to check to see if there's anything that maybe if in shipping caused it to not.
So all the pans are water tested, leveled, and what else? They're plastic.
That's it. Signature tubs, we've got a 4.5 foot, a 5 foot, then the 5 foots go anywhere from 15 and 17 inches deep. And you're gonna see standard sizes 30 by 60, 32 by 60. When are you guys gonna be doing your measuring in the house? Or are you gonna have a measure tech go out?
We do the measures in the house on basic alcoves on
Unless it's
basically
something extraordinary.
cow combos or like cave shops. We send somebody out there, but for most of them, the alcoves, we just basically, we take the measurements.
So just so for some of you guys that may not know, I'm sure probably all of you do if you're doing the measuring. Most every tub you're gonna find is the width is gonna be every 2 inches. And the length on the tub's gonna be every 6 inches. So when you're measuring, if you measure it and it's 28 by 58, that's a 30 by 60 tub. If it's not, then you know it's pretty different. Reason I say that is because we've seen guys write down 29 by 60 and on a shower pan, and we make a custom shower pan when it should have been a 30 in standard. Custom shower pans cost a little more, and now you've just made more work for your installer because he's got to fur out that back wall if he decides to do it and not say, oh, I can't install it. And then you have to order a new pan, which kind of we love when you make a mistake like that, because then we get to send you a new pan and charge you for it. But so just keep that in mind. If you get that measurement and it's close to that 2 inch mark or that 6 inch mark, it's chances are that it's a standard pan.
So Sean Baldwin. Those calls. Based on our tape measure.
Here's our standard signature replacement. It's got about a 4-inch threshold. You can see our standard sizes on these are 30, 32, 34, and 36 by 60. On the signature side, though, one thing to remember is if it is a rectangle shape, it can get a custom size. Anywhere from 30 inches by 30 inches all the way up to 48 by 84. So if a good rule of thumb, because everybody kind of knows what a sheet of drywall or a sheet of plywood looks like, if you can pretty much lay a sheet of drywall or a sheet of plywood down in that space, we can make a shower pan for it.
Can we punch out the drain anywhere we want?
8 inches, right?
Yes.
You can't be.
You can place the drain pretty much anywhere you want. We just ask that it be not closer than 8 inches from the side of the pan. And that's just to ensure for proper drainage. But in most cases, I don't think there's been one that I can remember that we haven't been able to make.
If we go 84, are we still able to do it 8 inch outside?
Was that?
If we go like a full 84-inch pan, is it still able to keep it at 8 inches off the sidewall?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. You remember new age, you go up anything above that, you gotta stay within 57 inches of whatever side, and you gotta move the train. That's a benefit.
We use that as a almost a bank on the back.
Great. Too. You guys, I don't know, do you guys have a lot of concrete foundations?
Most everything's concrete here, except unless it's second story.
Yeah, so that's great for you guys because now you're not having to bust up concrete and move a drain. You can order it and we'll get it pretty much on spot. Center drain, same thing. We've got a bunch of standard sizes on here. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but we can also customize that. You can put a center drain on any of the, if you went 48 by 84, we can put the drain in the center too. So. And all the signatures, like I said before, all these are available in all 4 of those base colors: the white, platinum gray, quarry topaz, and sandshell beige. This is our 2-inch on the easy or on the signature. It's called our easy step.
Is that what we're supposed to say? No, that's a 2-inch.
That's too, well, you just have visual.
For the shower door, you want it on top of that?
Isn't it different, the 2-inch?
Yes, the shower door came mounted on top of this.
See,
That's
this
a
is,
firm-
this is the structural foam compared to the other stuff, is the fiber base. That was fiber composite.
A shower door was positive.
Yes, you can set a shower door on this, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's why I like this pan. Cause it's low, yeah, it's 2 inches.
But that's different than the one that Gary said earlier that you want us to sell the 2 inch.
It's not the same.
It's a different,
So the premium pan is, the difference is premium or the signature. So it's what line of pan you want. It's still a 2 inch step over. Like, so if you want to go signature, well, what are you giving up if you go signature over premium? It's the underbase, right? It's basically the structural underneath it. So you got basically your structural, not foam, but whatever you call it, structural stuff underneath there. The structural compound goes underneath it, and the other one is the fiber composite that basically creates a structure. So if you're using it as a unique selling advantage, and you go to that 2 inch premium, if you are at a cost advantage, the 2 inch signature would be where I would go.
we've got our barrier free next. So this has a angled ramp built into the front of it that goes from, I believe it's 1/8 and 1 inch to up to 1/8 and 3/8. So it doesn't necessarily lay completely flat. But there
Does
is,
that ramp comes on, because you can order it without ramp or with ramp, right?
correct, the ramp does not come with it, but the ramp is available. And that is a piece of acrylic that's molded and then backfilled with the closed cell rigidized foundation system.
What's the weight capacity of the ramp?
You know, it's
You
got
know,
it's got that foam in it. It's not gonna crack or do anything. So I don't think they have a weight capacity on it, but you don't have to worry about it cracking or anything. And you know, the good thing too is let's say somehow it did crack. Anything that you buy from Jacuzzi, the customer has a lifetime warranty on it. So we'll you just take a picture of it, we'll send a new one out, and then you guys can fix it for them. So it limits their. These do come with a Teflon coated rubber gasket to help stop water from coming out. You can see that a little better on the bottom right picture. It's made so if you got a wheelchair, you can roll in. But honestly, I don't recommend selling these a lot. If someone is in a wheelchair, the chances of getting them into a standard 36 by 60 area, it's not going to be easy because it's such a tight space. Not only that, if someone does want that lower threshold, the 2 inch is great. Even if you go from a tub to a shower, because let's say they're elderly and they can't step over that tub. An average stair in a home is about 7 inches. So if they can lift their leg to get up the stair, the 2 inch or maybe even the standard 4 inch shower pan is going to be just as good. So
yeah, standard rise on a step is 7.25, right? So you take like that's your height, right? And your riser is like 12 inches. Get your height in your riser. The purpose of this, though, if you're looking at it, this is not. You do not put a shower door on this. This is only shower curtain. And you think about somebody's mobility, if they have mobility issues or gait issues, which is the same thing as mobility, then you don't want to put a shower door on there anyways. There's no way to get in to help people. So, yeah, so you're trying to open that up, and then basically now you've got the door to contain with people falling into doors, hurting themselves. You're not really helping anybody by putting a shower door on.
There's no lip.
No, the only thing that's here is that goes up into it. This is a rubber gasket. Yeah, that's a rubber gasket. Set there.
That's big.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, does that ramp have any texture or is it smooth?
It's more smooth. It does have like some wave like ridges in it, but I wouldn't say it's got a slip resistant texture to it. You know, the other thing too, when you're selling barrier free, you really have to set that expectation of, hey, there's going to be water outside your system, and it's not necessarily going to come pouring out, but I've seen it lots before where somebody, they install it and then the next day somebody calls them and says their shower's leaking. And it's just because they're, it is so low that when they're getting in and out of out of that shower, a lot more water is going to come with them. So just set that expectation if you're selling these. We've got a 4-flange shower pan. Now this will fit in where we call them like cave showers, where there's that fourth half wall when you can walk right into it like that. These, we do sell some of these, but a lot of times companies will just take that wall out and open it up. So it's a standard alcove. So those are available. It comes with a separate threshold that you put into place once it's been installed. And then the cheaper option for a seat in the area is the built-in seated shower. It's only available in these two sizes, the 30 and 32 by 60. The seat part actually does have a slip resistant texture on it, just like the pan does. And that whole seat that's molded into the pan actually has the closed cell rigidized foundation system all through it. So that you'll never have to worry about that collapsing or not supporting something.
Is that on the built-in seat, is it also 4-inch threshold?
What's that?
What's that?
Is it also a 4-inch threshold?
On the built-in
I
seat.
believe this one is 5 1/4.
This one is 5 1/4.
I'll get the spec.
I'll get the spec.
Yeah, when you touch it on your, it doesn't bring it up.
You like this? Right, this is premium too.
I just haven't had time to do it. Make it past activity that has not been ran.
So we've got the double threshold shower.
We got double threshold shower.
Getting some feedback here from someone.
Getting some feedback here from someone.
You guys jumped on there, make sure you're on mute. All right, because now this is working. I don't get anything to say.
This is the really take place in the corner.
This is really taking place in the corner.
Here's Dustin.
That's a good picture. What's that?
I'm hearing myself repeat like 5 seconds after I talk.
Oh,
I'm hearing myself repeat like.
all right, hold on. I'll put myself on mute.
All right, yeah, so the double thresholds, we used to have a neo angle. We really didn't sell many of those. So this kind of takes the place of that for us. 32 by 32 and 36 by 36. This is the sizes that we got available. You can do a custom one, which is the one on the left, which comes with the threshold, so which can be cut to fit, because the threshold, I believe, is one size fits all. The accessories, here's the
That size of the threshold, that size of the threshold is,
Here's the.
what size is that threshold? So threshold on those, I know the height is generally 2 5/8, that the depth is what? On the top of the deck? Do you know on that threshold, like on that 2 wall?
I don't know off the top. I think it's about a 4 inch.
No, that's 3 inches, 2 5/8.
I think it's.
Here's the soap dish. This is the one that's mounted flush to the wall. We don't sell a lot of these anymore. It's all, liquid soaps and stuff like that. We've gotten away from the soap bars. Which leads us to the Prairie corner shelves. This is our number one seller when it comes to the signature side. We also do offer the Rio Tower Caddy. It's the only caddy that we offer. You really want to go with the Prairie shelves. It gives it just a more finished look than a more manufactured look that the caddies give it. Each one of these shelves too will hold about 2 to 3 bottles of shampoo. So what a lot of dealers are doing is they'll have like a base package that each shower system includes, your walls, 2 Prairie shelves, the fixture, the pan, and even a grab bar. So if you notice they've got 8 bottles of shampoo, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, our package comes with 2 shelves. They hold about 2 to 3 bottles each. And notice you've got 8. Would you like to add 1 or 2 more shelves? Just another way to kind of upsell more shelves and stuff into the system. Safety seats, so we've got the bench seat in the acrylic as well. This is the top is that DR acrylic that we were talking about, but the bottom you can get in any acrylic wrap. And I know, Dustin, you mentioned it earlier about the back of the samples. If you look at the acrylic, it also has a sticker on the back, and it will tell you every accessory that color is available in. So it'll say bench seat, Prairie shelves, wainscoting if you sell that, and a couple other things. So the back of those sample are a great cheat sheet for everyone. You can just flip it over and it'll tell you every single thing that's available in that color. We also have the Prairie seat, which is on the left side in the smaller circle. That one's going to hold about 525 pounds. And just like the bench seat, it's got a steel frame that is bolted into studs or blocking in that corner. It's a little bit smaller than the bench seat, but it can do the trick for people. Here's our most popular seller. Looks like it's available now. Is the Jacuzzi branded teak seat. Before we had a chrome one, or before it was a Moen brand, and basically what we did is we copied it and now we manufacture it. So it's going to hold up to about 400 pounds. Available chrome, matte black, and brushed nickel. And I believe that it's going to be available in not only teak, but also a faux teak, or that plastic material that looks like wood. So you've got the 2 different options. One's going to have some maintenance, and the other is going to be maintenance free. Here's our acrylic window kit. And these window kits are available in pretty much all the colors as well. So when it comes to the fixtures, does anybody have any questions on the colors, the pans, before we go into fixtures or anything?
Question on the seat. On the teak alternative, is that comparable to like Trex decking?
From what I've been told, yes. I haven't seen it yet because we just came out with them. But yeah, it's supposed to be that synthetic decking material, sort of to wood look. So yeah,
Perfect.
I would say that would be a great analogy.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Rosette.
You're
You
you're
can
off,
write
you're off in there again. Hey, real quick on the trim kits. Are there only the rosettes, the traditional, or would there be a contemporary version?
You were breaking up, but I think you asked if you can get that without the rosettes. No, you can't. That's how it comes. I've seen people, though, you can just cut those rosettes off, and I've seen them just frame it out that way, almost like a picture frame. Hopefully that answered your question. So we get to our fixtures. We've come out with a lot of new fixtures in the past. This is by far one of our best sellers. This is our deluxe shower system. It's got the solid brass valve, ceramic disc cartridges, the thermostatic valve. It's got the temperature control and the volume control. If you look there, basically volume turns the water on and off, and the temperature you actually get to set at whatever heat you like, and then you can just leave it. So when you turn it back on, it goes right to that setting. The 6-inch wide shower head with a 16-inch shower arm that comes away from the wall. It gives you enough room to stand under it where you're not directly, standing next to the wall. One thing that you should notice about this system is it's right in the name. It is a deluxe shower system. It cannot be used on a tub. The diverter valves don't work that way in this system. There is no, on the actual valve, there is no spot for a downpipe to go to a tub spout. So just keep that in mind. I've seen it done before where they sell it and then they installed it and then it just doesn't work. This one is available in all of our finishes: brushed nickel, chrome, oil rub bronze, and matte black. Brushed nickel, chrome, oil rub bronze, and matte black.
One second. What'd you say? That's the rain shower. It comes with a rain head automatic. It comes with a rain shower automatic.
Yeah, everything you see.
That side piece of it is actually into the wall.
Yeah, the picture is very deceiving. The handheld. At the shower. Yeah, the picture is deceiving. The handheld can be put anywhere on the wall. There's actually a diverter that's mounted to the wall that controls between the rain shower head and the handheld. This picture, the way they just have it set up, the connection for the handheld looks like it's attached to the shower head, but it's not. So we have the Roman tub filler here. This is in the Vatsia style to match kind of what our current style is. We do offer a Vatsia style vanity fixture as well for those that do vanities. I don't know if you guys are going to be selling those or not, but that's there so they can match it. Here's our floor mounted fixture, available chrome, brushed nickel, and matte black. So it's got the ceramic discs, in the cartridge. It's a pretty decent one. Comes with a hand wand. Yeah, 60-inch flexible hose on that. But like I said, we don't sell a lot of these. But these are the mainstays in our collection here. The Aperto, Riempe, and the Vatsia. One's just your more traditional, the others more contemporary, and probably the Vatsia is probably our #1 seller when it comes to this line. All of them use the same valve. It's that solid brass valve you see on the left. It's got ceramic cartridges that go in it. It's the valves here are set up for install with being sweated or thread on, but they also come with the PEX connects ready on them as well. So that's depends on how your installation and guys want you to order them. So just remember that. But all these, the Aperto comes in brushed nickel, chrome, matte black. The Riempe comes in brushed nickel, chrome, oil rub bronze, and so does the Vatsia. And eventually the Aperto will come in the oil rub bronze soon. They're working on matching all the fixtures. So Here's our dual control trim. Now, this gives you the option to have the volume and the temperature control. Are you guys going to be selling these as well or no? Yep. Okay, so basically you've got the same three styles, and the first lever will control the volume, and the second lever will control the temperature. It's just another different option, give the customers a little bit more choice. These valves come with a soldered tub spout because they come with the PEX valve. That doesn't really, you guys don't really need to know that, but when using PEX, some history on that, when it comes from the tub spout, it needs to have a copper connection. It has something to do with the diameter of the PEX, where it'll back up and the shower head will go even though that it's coming down. So most codes have that in it. So that's why we just sell it with the soldered tub spout just to make it easier on the install guys so they don't have to do it. Couple two-way diverters that are new. These hook up to the shower head. Available chrome, brushed nickel, or bronze. These are handheld fixtures. Chrome, brushed nickel, or bronze, and matte black. So all the finishes now available. It's got the adjustable bracket. Easy slide on the switch there on the bracket. And I believe it's a 3-function shower head. So we've got those options available to you as well. And like I said, you can get this where it either connects directly to the output of the shower, or you can use it on a diverter with the shower head, with any of those three options that are available. This is the shower spa. I actually have this one in my house. I love it. It's got an 8-inch brass setting, multi-setting shower head. So the shower head's got two settings. One is a wide spray and one is a concentrated spray. To activate that, there's a button inside the head. You just push that, and it'll go in between the two settings. Got a large handheld sprayer that actually has, I believe it's 5 settings on it. So you've got different options with the handheld. The easy slide mount, swivel joint, the diverter that goes from your handheld to the shower head is right there on the bottom where it says smaller footprint. If you follow that line, that's where the diverter is, and it just rotates around. And it'll go in between. It also has a pause function that is in the center of that diverter. So what that does is it helps you save water when you're showering. So I know that's big out in California by you guys. You can get yourself all wet in the shower. You can hit that pause button and it'll basically slow it down to a trickle. It won't completely stop the water, but it'll slow it down to basically a trickle. This way you can lather up in the soap if you're water conscious and want to save water. And then once you get all lathered up, you can hit that button again and then it'll return back to full strength and you can rinse yourself off. Any questions on the shower spa? Nope.
When somebody's doing a bathtub, is that the one that you think they should use if they want an upgrade?
Yes, that's what most people are doing. I think it's actually cheaper for the customer if they buy this compared to buying a fixture and a handheld, because this has everything combined into one. Some upgrades that are also available is the Vatia Rain and the Vatia 7. The Rain's got an 8-inch shower head, so it gives you a better rain feel when you're in the shower compared to the standard Vatia. And then there's the Vatia 7, which is a 6 and 7/4 inch shower head. just larger shower heads, different options in case someone likes that Vatsia style, but doesn't want the older style shower head on it. Once again, these are available brushed nickel, chrome, and matte black. We do offer a handheld that has a strap on it, and this is for somebody that may have dexterity issues on their hands. This really came out of from when we used to do walk-in tubs, so we made it available in case somebody needs that where they have hand issues and they can't really grab a hold of that wand. Something that's there for them in case they need it. Handheld brackets, these can mount anywhere to the walls so they can hold it and or set that next to a seat or anything like that. It's another option to place their handheld instead of up near the shower fixture. Deluxe shower rods, these now are available in matte black, just like chrome and brushed nickel. So like I said, the deluxe grab bars are coming. It's just a matter of when we're going to release them. New tension rods are available in chrome, brushed nickel, matte black. So here's the actual picture of the dual bypass shower door. It's got the soft close, the spot resistant coating. And I believe available in all of the finishes as well. This is a great door, by the way. I've just seen it installed recently. And then here's just our other shower doors, sliders that are available through Basco, but it sounds like you guys have that covered on your end.
What has your experience been on the bottom rollers on the black frame door you just showed?
So this is new, and our guys on the install team, they really like them because they hold the door in place and the door doesn't swing in and out or get off of track as easily as it might, because it's got rollers on the top as well.
Okay.
So how is the acrylic installed? These, was it 7 items on the left there? Those are what we kind of like to call our exclusives to our fusion technology. And we call it fusion technology because once these panels are put in, they're pretty much, I guess in other words, fused together. And it all starts with our corner reinforcement. That's the gray little triangle piece there. That actually goes into the corners of each system before the acrylic walls go up. That helps give you a nice straight 90-degree edge. And it also is a secondary protection in case any water gets by that seam lock seal. So that goes in. And then we have what we call our triple lock seal. And if in your cases, you got the little corner cutout that is on the bottom right there of the screen, that kind of illustrates where the different seals are and the protection of that corner reinforcement. So behind each of the acrylic wall panels and in between the wall panel and that corner reinforcement, you're going to have a bead of our seam lock. So behind the wall, you have 2 different seals. And then in the front of the wall, you actually have your 3rd seal, which that gives you the triple lock seal. Now, before you can put any of the seam lock or caulking onto the acrylic, you have to use a micro etching chemical bonding agent. And what that does is it basically roughs up or opens up some pores where you're going to apply that sealant. So when you put the sealant on and those pores close up, they grab the sealant and it basically fuses those panels together. We all know that acrylic is non-porous, so nothing is truly going to stick to it. That's why we have the magic marker demo and included in the case. Is everybody using the magic marker when they demo the acrylic? No? Do people know what that is? No? So
No.
in our sales kits, there is a little bottle of denatured alcohol. And to show how easy acrylic is to clean, there should be a magic marker in there too, a permanent marker. You can write on usually we do it on the white panel. You write on it, then you let it dry, and then just kind of rub your hand over it. Show them that, hey, see, this is a magic marker or permanent marker. It's not a dry erase marker. It's not coming off. Put a couple drops of the denatured alcohol on there and have the homeowner clean it off, and it literally comes right off. So it's a great way to show how it's non-porous. Nothing's going to stick to it. The dirt and grime is just going to wipe right off. And it's just easy to clean. So if nothing sticks to it, why would the seam lock stick to it? That's where that micro etching chemical bonding agent comes into effect. You don't put it on, the seam lock will stick to it, but after a month or two, it's going to just start falling off the more they clean it. So that's why that's just start falling off the more they clean it.
So once again, if you're a window person and they talk about edge delete, you know, they kind of think about edge delete is taking Louis off the edge of the windows. Similar thing, dude. When they're taking that bonding agent, it number one almost like chemically melts the corners together, and then that what happens is it allows that sealant, that shreddage to bond right to it. So you got not only the layer of the backing that protects it, but where they bonding the two materials together, so it comes in three pieces instead of one. And basically, when they bond that together, that's what that seal goes over, covers with the bond happen. So that sealant, rather than being the only water barrier, it becomes the bonding agent that allows that to just that seam to be again a extra water barrier.
Yep. And then lastly, all this work is done by factory certified installers. We've got a program where our Josh Pollard is the guy, I believe, who has your guys' account. He'll come out and work with your lead installer or your production manager, get somebody trained there, and then he can certify other installers. We take that pretty seriously. We don't just pass anybody. So, it's Jacuzzi's name and also your guys' name that is eventually on that install. Here we've got a little time lapse of an install so you can see how it's done. All the tile and the tub is removed. And these guys start at about 8 o'clock and are done at about 5. Now these all of these systems, the premium and the signature, they're all set up to be a one-day installation. But you have to have the right circumstances. You have to have, depending on where you're at, you have to have permits pulled. You have to have your truck organized. You can't run into, like I've seen where they've had electrical wires running through the skirt of the tub. So when they've removed it to put in a shower, you have to rerun that electrical. I've seen all kinds of weird things hidden underneath tubs. But on a standard install, which this one is, a really good installer usually gets there at about 8 and is done by 2. And that's pretty much it, guys, for all the products and stuff that we offer. Any questions on anything?
All right, any questions, guys, and not comments, questions?
Yes. The person that I have one, and they talk about the points that there is no importance.
Question is, if somebody doesn't like the edge trim or the quarter trim, can they just butt and seal it that way on the, you're talking on the premium? Yeah,
No.
On the premium, no.
yeah. Okay, premium has to have it. Okay, what else? Anything else? Anybody got anything else? Okay, cool, dude, awesome job, thank you so much. You know, it took a lot of time and, you know, thanks for putting that together. You're gonna send me the slides, which I completely appreciate, and, you're a rock star. Maybe just check out the premium pants for me if you don't mind. And now we can have a one-off phone call on anything like that. But yeah, appreciate you, man. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah,
And the tech inspector for the fixtures are asking, so, yeah.
This says map black, but it doesn't really come in map black, right?
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna say something. All right, man, well, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. And we're gonna wrap